My name is Nsppd, and I was here Friday on the 6th of December. I came for Nsppd, and I was supposed to go back to the airport right from here. Something happened, and I missed my flight. As if God was preparing me not to even go to Ghana that day. And because it was the eve of our election, I had to go. But the only domestic flight that was available has gone. The other alternative was for me to go through Lagos, but that also didn't happen. So we arranged for a private jet that was supposed to take me to Ghana. I was the only passenger on the flight. We were four: the pilot, the co-pilot, and an air hostess. So I was the only passenger on the flight. It's an hour and a 30-minute flight. 30 minutes into the flight, after we took off, there was a large sound. Bam! Boom, 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 on the right engine. The pilot said, "We have lost the right engine." So he spoke to base, and they said he should return back to Abuja. Meanwhile, don't forget, I said I was at Nsppd prayer platform, and it's the altar of fire. So when they said we should return to Abuja, a bit scary, but let's go. I was calm then. 10 minutes before we landed, we got to Abuja airport, the second engine went off. So we have lost both engines on the flight. In the first book of Samuel, chapter 3, verse 11, when God was talking to Samuel about the children of Eli, Peninnah, and he said he was going to do something, and Israel, whoever hears it, the ear will tingle. What I'm telling you, I believe people's ears will tingle. But to get it, go to the platform of the Nigerian Civil Aviation. It's on the Security Bureau. So when the second engine went off, the pilot declared a mayday. In aviation, when maydays are declared, it means it's a hopeless situation. Anything can happen. So they had to call ambulances, fire tenders, and grounded all the domestic flights at the Abuja International Airport, waiting for whatever will happen to happen. Just around the time, I did a 1-minute prayer. I said, "Oh, Earth. Oh, Earth." And I had to join the two. I said, "You cannot receive my body, but then my bones and my blood will not be spilled on you." Just then, something told me I am safe. So my heart was at peace. But then, the air hostess was running up and down. She didn't know what to do. I don't know where I summoned the courage, and I called her. I said, "Madam, do you go to church?" She said, "No, I'm a Muslim." I asked her, "How long have you been flying?" She said, "A long time, but this is dangerous. You don't know what has happened." I said, "I know mayday, but don't worry. We serve a living God. We serve a living God." So, after my prayer, it was just a 1-minute prayer, and I was talking to the air hostess. Strangely, I was even patting her. "Don't worry, God is with us, and there's something in this plane that would never allow this plane to crash." Every other thing was silent. And when we were approaching, there is no engine, because when the plane is approaching to the taxi, to the runway, they had to control a lot of things. But strangely, he was able to bring the tires out, and he said something is happening. So when we landed with a very big bang, but forget about it, because God had done it when we were 5,000 meters above sea level, and then he scrolled to safety, and it was as if something has happened. There were fire tenders, there were a whole lot. But I said, "No, I will come back here and testify. I'm not going to do it online, and then I want to be here. Nothing missing, nothing broken."